Yeah, hello everyone, guys. So last session, I hope you guys are familiar with the debugging, right? So last session we discussed about the debugging. I give the summary of debugging. Okay, the main purpose of debugging, which is used to execute the code line by line, execute the code line by line, and how to do the debugging. Debugging we can do in IDs only, and whenever we want to do the debugging, we need to follow the some steps. First, we need to keep the breakpoints. How we can keep the breakpoints? There is a lines, right? Line numbers. Click on the line numbers. Breakpoints will come. Okay. If you don't want, then you can double click on that number. Then breakpoints will go on. Next step. First, keep the breakpoints. Next step. Run the project or that file in the debug mode, and there is some shortcut which I given like if you go with the IDE, meaning Eclipse, there is a shortcut G5, I would say F5, F6, F7, F8. F5 for inside the method, F6 for next line, F7 for come out from the method, F8 is the next jump from one breakpoint to another breakpoint. This is the shortcut with respect to Eclipse IDE. Whereas in case of AEM, what we did actually, AEM server also we need to open in the, I would say, debug mode. So how you can open? I given one URL, right? So in your AIM also we have to open with that. I would say with that command. So when you give that command, your AIM instance also will open in the debug mode. Okay. For example, there is a Java class digital dot Java file. I want to debug this file, and this debug. If I want to debug this file, and that component where actually this Java file will use actually component, for example digital component. In the digital component we have the digital.html, right? Digital.html. So in that .html we create meaning we create object. This class, entire class, we can keep inside that I would say data sly use dot model or anything, the path of that file. Okay, digital.html, digital. So here the thing is, when I call the, when I reload the page, wherever the component the page is holding, when I reload the page, then debug mode also will be active. So that we seen in the last session. Okay, and there are shortcuts like step over, step into, step out. Okay, so this is we did in the last session. Okay, debugging is a very important area. Every programmer should aware of debugging. Debugging is the one tool actually. We have to understand how we can use the debugger. So along with the debugging, next there is a concept you have JUnit. JUnit also framework, guys. This is also framework. JUnit also framework. Hmm. JUnit also one framework. So for this, which I have already the document, we can go ahead with that. Yeah, if you see here, I hope this is clear. So unit testing with the JUnit and mocking. So in this scenario, what is our agenda? What is JUnit? What is unit testing and why? And what is JUnit and how to use JUnit? What is mocking and how to use mock objects for unit testing? And what is code coverage? How to improve that? So this is the agenda of this concept. What is unit testing and why? And what is JUnit? How to use the JUnit? What is mocking? And how to use the mock objects for the unit testing? And what is code coverage? How to improve that? How to improve that? So first we'll try to understand what is unit testing. What is unit testing? So come to here, unit testing meaning it is the process of testing individual components of software application. So there is a project. Software is nothing but a group of programs, right? Program means a collection of methods. So if you want to test each method, and it is the process of testing individual components of program, components of software application. I hope you guys are clear. Like if you want to check like the methods is working fine or not, and there is a concept that is unit testing. Unit testing. It is the process of testing individual components of software application. Individual components of software application. Next one is unit testing is used to identify the bugs available in our code. Identify the bugs available in the code. So bugs. So with bugs, if you publish the our project into the live, so there is a issue with hacking also. That is the reason. Basically, when for push our code from our pre-prod to live, we need to check the bugs. We need to check the bugs. Unit testing is used to identify the bugs available in our code. Next one is with the help of unit testing, we can provide the quality code for the higher environments. Higher environments are meaning production. Production environment is the live environment. Production environment is a live environment. With the help of unit testing, with the help of unit testing, we can provide the code for the we can provide code for the higher environment. Okay. Next, developers are responsible to perform unit testing. Developers are responsible to perform unit testing. Unit testing. Okay. To perform unit testing, we will use JUnit and mocking. JUnit and mocking. So they both are different frameworks. JUnit and mocking. JUnit and mocking. JUnit and mocking. I hope you guys are clear with my statements. Unit testing. It is the process of testing individual components of software program. Individual components meaning methods. Okay, individual components meaning you can find out like which method is working properly or not. You can find out. Unit testing is used to identify the bugs available in the code. Next up, with the help of unit testing, we can provide the code qual. We can provide the quality code for the higher environments. Higher environments. Next up, developers are responsible to perform unit testing. Unit testing. Next one is to perform unit testing. We will use JUnit and mocking frameworks. JUnit and mocking frameworks. Next, coming to here. Next heading is what is JUnit? What is JUnit? So see, JUnit is the Java-based framework which is used to implement the unit testing for the Java application. JUnit is a Java-based framework which is used to implement unit testing for the Java applications. Java applications. Next, the current version of JUnit is JUnit 5. JUnit 5 is the current version. So it includes like JUnit platform and JUnit Jupyter. and JUnit Vintage. JUnit Platform, JUnit Jupyter. This is the old one. Next, this is the Jupyter middle one, and this is the latest one. So, if you go with the JUnit 5, so it can support all three. So see, J platform, what it will do, it provides the runtime to run the JUnit tests on the Java. And Jupyter, what it will do, it provided the annotation to implement the unit test cases. And what Vintage will do, it provides the backward compatibility, backward compatibility 3 and 4 test cases also supported. Okay, the JUnit 5 is the combination of three platforms: JUnit platform and JUnit Jupyter and JUnit Vintage. JUnit Vintage platform provides runtime to run the JUnit tests on the Java. Jupyter meaning it provided annotations to implement the unit test cases. Next one is it provides the backward compatibility JUnit 3, JUnit 4 and test cases as well. So these are the annotations guys. So I would say JUnit framework provided the several annotations to perform unit testing like below. These are the annotations like at the rate test annotation, at the rate parameterized test annotation, at the rate value source annotation, at the rate before all annotation, and at the rate after all annotation, at the rate before each annotation, at the rate after each annotation. These are the annotations. These are the annotations. What are the annotations we have? At the rate test, at the rate parameterized test, at the rate value source, at the rate before all, at the rate after all, at the rate before each, at the rate after each. These are the annotations. These are the annotations. And if I would go to before, so JUnit framework provided several asset methods. So asset is the common word, and after that, based on the requirement, the method names will come. Asset equals, asset not equals, asset null, asset not null, asset true, asset false, like this. Asset false like this. Okay. So JUnit framework provides several annotations to perform the unit testing. And these are the methods. JUnit framework provides several asset methods to verify the results. To verify the results. To verify the results. Okay. Next concept is what is mocking? Mocking meaning it is the process of creating substitute object for the real object is called mocking. Mocking. Okay. So generally what we can do actually, so instead of doing real object, we can create some dummy object, and in that dummy object we can find out like how the dummy object is working fine or not. Working fine or not. So mocking meaning, so the name itself we have the meaning mock. Mock meaning it is the process of creating substitute object for the real object. Substitute object for the real object is called mocking. So see here, dummy object. Dummy object equal to mock object. The both are same. The both are same. Come to here. Mock objects are used for unit testing. Next one is by using mock objects, we can achieve the isolated unit testing. Isolated unit testing meaning testing only our target method functionality. Target functionality. There are several frameworks available in the market to implement the mocking. There are several frameworks available in the market like Easy Mock, Wire Mock, JMockito, PowerMock. These are the different frameworks available in the market parallel to this one. What are those? EasyMock, WireMock, JMockito, and PowerMock. And PowerMock. Okay. So, what is mocking? Mocking meaning it is the process of creating substitute object for the real object is called mocking. And if you see here, dummy object equal to mock object. So mock object instead of using real object, we will only create the dummy object and then next mock objects are used for unit testing. Unit testing. Next, by using mock objects, we can achieve isolated unit testing. We can achieve isolated unit testing. Next one is isolated unit testing means only our target method functionality. There are several frameworks available to implement mocking: Easy Mock, YMock, JMock, or Mock, or Mock. So see, there is a program, calculator program. Calculator program has two methods: add method and multiplication method, and we are passing as two parameters, int I and int j. They are doing the addition operation, and with the help of here, we can we can test. This is the actual result. This is the actual result, and this is the expected result. And there is a method to find out the results. Set equals expected result and actual result. The both are same. Then only this method test cases will pass. Test cases will pass. So this I can show you programmatically. You can get some clarity on it. So for this I can open my Eclipse. This is also I am changing to. If you can see this program, there are actually one class, and the class name is calculator. Okay. Okay, now there is a calculator. The class is available in others package actually, where this is available. Yeah, normally if you normally can try to understand and calculator demo test and the method we are creating a object. This is mocking meaning. So we created one object. So for that object int actual calculator dot add, and we are passing the parameters, meaning we are passing the values, and that we are keeping in one actual result. The data type is the int, and actual and expected is, if the both are same, then our test case will pass. And this is also same way we are doing with respect to multiplication as well. And we are creating the one mock object, and I would say actual value and expected value, the both values are same, then it can give the I would say then our test case will pass. Now what I do, basically I can create one more package in any other project. For example, if I am going to ICICI project, and there I could want to create, already here will be there. Here I want to create one more package, and I want to mention the package name is like test cases. mm, Test case programs is the package name I want to mention. This is the package name. Inside the package, normal Java class I want to take. Control and normal you can take the, okay, now you can take normal calculator class, calculator, and inside this calculator I would like to take few of other methods like public int add method, and this is the scope of that one. And here I would like to add int a comma int b. Same way it has to return a plus b, a plus b. Okay, next up public int multiplication. From here to here, this is the scope of this one. Now also I would like to mention pass the parameters like int I comma int j, and here also I would like to return a I into b, I into j. Okay, this is the simple program. I taken two methods, add method, and I am passing the two parameters. And if I create main method, and then now I can create main method, and then where actually I can pass the values, and then I can run, then these methods will work. But as of now my requirement is I want to know how each method is working, meaning I want to, before deploying into the live, before itself I want to pass the values. I can pass the dummy values, and I can validate the actual result and expected result, the both are same. Before deploying my code into the live, before itself I need to check. So that is our main agenda. Before deploying, before deployment our code into the production, we can check actual result and expected result both are same. If the both are same, then only our test cases will pass. Then only our test cases will pass. I hope you guys are clear with my statements. There is a methods, add method and multiplication method, and here what I am doing, and I am passing the parameters, and I am returning if the both are same, then only my test case will pass. Then only my test case will pass. So for this, I would like to write the test case as well. I would like to take and class name I would like to mention calculator dot. This is the test case. Now there are two methods, right? To have void the test. We can now mention the test method. Inside this test method, we can create object for this one. How we can create? By using new operator. Okay, I created object, and there is a two methods you have, right, in that class. That is cl dot add method. So it is asking the values. I am giving some 20 and some 80. So this is the value. This value again I am storing in one now. I would say one variable. That variable data type is int, and actual result, actual value or actual result. I can mention like as actual value, and I would like to mention expected value also. Expected value. Expected value is equal to some 30. Mm. Mm. అప్పుడు వాల్యూస్ తీసుకొని ఆ వాల్యూస్ ఒక దాంట్లో పెట్టి కీబోర్డ్ నుంచి వస్తాయి. కీబోర్డ్ నుంచి ఇచ్చిన సరే ఒక వాల్యూ తెచ్చుకోవడం ఇప్పుడు మనం మాన్యువల్ చేసాం. నువ్వు చెప్పిన అర్థమైంది. ఇది మనం మాన్యువల్ ఇచ్చాం కదా, అదే మనం కీబోర్డ్ నుంచి ఇస్తే కీబోర్డ్ నుంచి ఇప్పుడు మాన్యువల్ కూడా కీబోర్డ్ నుంచి తీసుకుంటావు. అదే స్కాన్ క్లాస్ అవి పెట్టి కీబోర్డ్ నుంచి తీసుకుని నువ్వు ఒక వేరియబుల్ స్టోర్ చేస్తావు. ఇది నార్మల్ మనం ఇది మామూలుగా కీబోర్డ్ నుంచి ఓన్లీ ఇవే కీబోర్డ్ నుంచి వస్తాయి. ఇది నార్మల్ ఎక్స్పెక్ట్ కాదు. ఎక్స్పెక్ట్ చేస్తున్నాను నేను ముందుగానే. ఇదంతా ఒక రిజర్వేషన్ అనమాట. అంటే ఇది వాల్యూ బోత్ ఈక్వల్ అవుతున్నా లేదా. ఓకేనా? సో ఫర్ ఫైండింగ్ ద రిజల్ట్స్ దెర్ ఈస్ ఎ మెథడ్ asset equals method. So inside asset equals method, asset equals set. So inside asset equals method, we can mention actual value and expected value. And save the file. Now you can run this one. If the both are correct, then our test case will pass. Save the file, and this also you can save the file and come to here. Right click on it. There is a run unit test case. The framework unit test cases. You can see here this is failing because We are doing the addition operation, and 20 and 80, the result is 100, right? Expected value also should be the same. Now I am saving this one. Right click on this and click on run as unit testing. Now you can see here the test case is pass. The test case is pass. Keyboard నుంచి ఎక్స్పెక్టెడ్ వాల్యూ అనేది మనం అజ్యూమ్ చేసుకుంటాం ఎంత వస్తుంది అది ఇక్కడ ఇస్తాం. కీబోర్డ్ నుంచి ఓన్లీ వాల్యూస్ కీబోర్డ్ తీసుకుంటాం. ఇది ఎక్స్పెక్టెడ్ వాల్యూ ఎంత వస్తుంది ఎంత రావచ్చు అని చెప్పేసి మనం అజ్యూమ్ చేసుకుంటాం. ఒక ఇచ్చేవాళ్ళు ఇప్పుడు ఏం చేస్తున్నావు ఆ మధ్యన ఏం చేస్తున్నావు లేదా డెవలపర్ గెస్ట్ చేసి ఇన్పుట్ ఏం ఇస్తున్నావు అవుట్పుట్ ఏం రావాలి అనేది ఒక ఐడియా ఉంది. స్ట్రింగ్ అయినా ఏదైనా ఎన్ని డేట్ టైప్ అయినా ఇన్పుట్ ఏం ఇస్తావు అవుట్పుట్ ఏం రావాలి అనేది ముందుగానే ఒక ఐడియా ఉంటుంది. ఆ ఐడియా ప్రకారం ఇది వర్క్ అవుతా లేదో చెక్ చేసుకుంటావు. అది వర్క్ అవుతేనే ఆ కోడ్ని నువ్వు లైవ్లో పంపిస్తావు. వర్క్ అవ్వట్లేదంటే అది డీకోడ్ చేయాలి. వర్క్ రైజ్ అలా ఉంది. వర్క్ అయ్యకపోతే నువ్వు లైవ్ అది ఫాలో పంపాలి. ఏదంటే రాసిన ఎక్స్పెక్టెడ్ వాల్యూ అనేది మనం ఇస్తాం. ఇప్పుడు 20+80 100 అనుకున్నాం. యాక్చువల్ వాల్యూ కీబోర్డ్ నుంచి వస్తే తీసుకున్న వాల్యూస్ ఒక వేరియబుల్ ఉన్నాయి. టెస్ట్ కేస్ ఎందుకు వెళ్ళేది 10 ఈ రెండు వాల్యూస్ కీబోర్డ్ నుంచి తీసుకుంటాం. ఎక్స్పెక్టెడ్ వాల్యూ అనేది నేను అనుకున్నా 100 వస్తుందని తెలియదు అయితే నేను 100 అనుకున్నాను. 10 20 ఇస్తే ఫెయిల్ అవుతుంది. ఇన్పుట్ టు ఎక్స్పెక్టెడ్ వాల్యూ రెండు సేమ్ అవ్వాలి అప్పుడే అది పాస్ అవుతుంది. అదేనా నువ్వు ఇన్పుట్ కూడా 20 80 ఇస్తేనే పాస్ అవుతుంది. ఇన్పుట్ 20 80 లేదా 80 20 ఎనీథింగ్ 100 అవ్వాలి అప్పుడే అది పాస్ అవుతుంది. నేను 100 అనుకున్నాను. ఎక్స్పెక్టెడ్ యాక్చువల్ వాల్యూ ఎక్స్పెక్టెడ్ వాల్యూ ఉందా లేదు ఏమి ఇస్తున్నావు ఆ మెథడ్ ఏం చేస్తుంది ఆ మెథడ్ రిటర్న్ చేస్తుంది. అలా తెలుసుకోవడానికి మనకి అదంతా ఐడియా వచ్చిన తర్వాత ఓకే మన మెథడ్ బాగా పనిచేస్తుంది అనుకున్న తర్వాత మనం ప్రోడక్ట్ ప్రొడక్షన్లోకి వెళ్ళేది మళ్ళీ టెస్ట్ కేసెస్ అన్ని ప్రతి ఫైల్కి రాయాలి. ప్రతి ఫైల్కి రాసి అప్పుడే అన్ని ఫైల్స్ ఓకే అయితేనే అప్పుడు మన లైఫ్ మన కోడ్ ఎలా అయినా 100 అవ్వాలి. ఎక్స్పెక్టెడ్ వాల్యూ 100 అవ్వాలి. ఇక్కడ 80 ఇచ్చావా 10 20 40 ఎలా అయినా ఇన్పుట్ టు ఈ మెథడ్ రిజల్ట్ 100 అయిపోవాలి అప్పుడే టెస్ట్ కేస్ పాస్ అయ్యింది. లేదంటే అది టెస్ట్ కేస్ అనేది పాస్ అవ్వాలి. సో ఏంటంటే ఇండస్ట్రీ స్టాండర్డ్స్ ప్రకారం అట్లీస్ట్ మన ప్రోగ్రామ్ అనేది 75% పాస్ అయి ఉంటుంది. ఓకే నెక్స్ట్ సెకండ్ మెథడ్ వచ్చేసరికి మనకి ఏముంది మల్టిప్లికేషన్ మెథడ్ ఉంటుంది. ఆ మల్టిప్లికేషన్ మెథడ్ కూడా మనం ఇన్పుట్ వాల్యూ వేస్తున్నాము అవుట్పుట్ వాల్యూ వేస్తున్నాము చెక్ చేసుకోవాలి. క్యాల్కులేటర్ CL equal to new calculator. Okay, so here also int actual value, the method name is CL dot multiplication, and here also I am giving 100 or I can give 10 and 20. 10 and 20. This is the input I am giving. This input I am storing in actual result, and the data type of this thing, result or value. This is the variable name. Variable name can give anything. Actual value already I given. So if already we need to give other name, right? That is the reason I am giving this name, actual result. This is the variable name. Variable name can give anything. Now next thing also enter expected result. Expected result also 10 into 20, 200, right? 200. And here also there is a method, asset equals method, and here also I would like to mention actual result dot expected result. Now if I run this one, now you can see run this one. A program grow. సో మనం ప్రతి ప్రోగ్రామ్ కూడా మనం JUnit టెస్ట్ కేసెస్ రాస్తాం. ఈ కోడ్ కవరేజ్ అనేది మనం ఇలా చెక్ చేసుకోవాలి. ఎంత కవర్ చేసాము అని చెప్పేసి మనకి ఇక్కడ ఇలా వస్తుంది, పర్సంటేజ్ వస్తుంది 63. Okay, I hope you got the basic clarity. What is unit testing and how to write the unit testing and all, right? To test case one, this one, and second one is test case two, this one. Two test case pass. Now if you can run this one as mm, mm, there is code coverage, JUnit test cases. This is the normal Java class. Calculator is the normal Java class. And for this normal Java class, I am testing, meaning how this method is working. Actually, my requirement of this method is this method want to do the addition. Okay, I am passing the parameters and it is returning the this value. So before deploying, I want to check whatever the parameters I am passing and it is returning the same or not. Before deployment, I need to check. So if actual and expected both are same, then only our test cases will pass. And so for any method in our project, entire project, before deploying our project into meaning before prod, we can write test cases for all Java classes. Okay, so industry standards, according to the industry standards, so all the Java class should pass at least 75%. At least 75% is the, so some of companies they will mandatory at least 70% like that. But according to the industry standard, 75% is the mandatory. But some of companies they follow 65 and 70 and all. But most of them are 75. Most of them are 75. Most of them are 75. See here, industry standard is 80% code coverage. Code coverage. There is a tools to generate the code coverage report. For example, what they will do actually, entire project they can deploy it into these plugins. These are the tools. Okay, Jacobo and Cobertura. So they can easily identify which code is uh, unit. I mean which code is not covered and all. They can easily identify and they will show us in red mark. They will show us in red mark. Code coverage meaning code coverage is the process of identifying how many lines of code is tested as part of unit testing. So which lines is covered in the unit testing and which lines is not covered in the unit testing. Unit testing. This is the sample program for understanding how we are creating the mocking and all. And this is the mock object we created. If I go here, this is the dummy mock. This is called dummy mock. Creating mock object is called creating fake object is called mocking. Here I am creating mock object. So that again I am passing a value to here, and this is I am keeping in actual value as a variable, and this is the value I am expecting. The both are same, then only my test case will pass. The both are same, then only my test case will pass. And in case of here also same thing. Same thing. I create one mock, and for that mock I pass the parameters and input and expected both are same. Then only our test case will pass. Then only our test case will pass. చెక్ చేయాలి మళ్ళీ ఎక్కడ మిస్టేక్ అవుతుంది సార్ వచ్చి చెక్ చేయాలి యాక్చువల్గా ఇక్కడ వేరే సారీ డిఫరెంట్ చూద్దాం. Okay, so today what you guys will do, basically, so this I can upload to the portal, and you guys have to go with this one, and you guys also can do this one. Very very important. All the topics are very very important. Unit testing with the J, unit and mocking, and we have to familiar with what is unit testing and why, and what is the unit and how to use the JUnit, and what is mocking, and how to use the mock object for the unit testing, and what is the code coverage, how to improve that one. Next one is unit testing. Unit testing is the process of identifying the bugs available in the code. and it is the process of testing individual components of software application. With the help of unit testing, we can provide the quality code for the higher environments, and developers are responsible to perform unit testing. And to perform unit testing, we will use JUnit and mocking. And what is unit testing? Unit testing is the Java-based framework which is used to implement the unit testing for the Java applications. And the current version of JUnit is JUnit 5. So previous versions JUnit 3 and JUnit 4. Now nowadays everybody is using JUnit 5. This is also a question in the interview perspective. So which version you use in your project? JUnit 5 for mocking. JUnit 5. JUnit 5. Like these are the some annotations perform unit testing. Like these are the some annotations. Test parameterized test value source for all this one. Test yeah. Parameters annotations. Okay. JUnit framework provides the several asset methods to verify the results. These are the methods: equals, not equals, not null, null, not null, asset true, false. Okay. And what is mocking meaning? Mocking is the process of creating substitute object for the real object is called mocking. So this is the mock object. You can create the object. For that object, you can pass the parameters and you can check the values. Mock objects are used for unit testing, and by using mock objects, you can achieve the isolated unit testing. Isolated unit testing meaning testing only our target method functionality. There are several frameworks available in the available to implement the mocking. What are they? Easy mock, wire mock, mock auto, power mock, etc. And code coverage meaning. So according to the industry standards, 80% code should be mandatory. Code coverage is the process of identifying how many lines of code is tested as part of unit testing. Which lines covered in the unit testing, which lines is not covered in the unit testing. These are the tools. This is the program. So like this you can do with all the programs as well. So this I can upload to portal, and you guys also everybody please do practice, and then you guys also upload in the search code.